Hello friends, good to see you again through this video. Today I wanted to talk about this question. Do we still seek God's direction and counsel even when our obstacles are cleared? When we imagine our life going through a series of difficulties, right? For example, we are facing a lot of obstacles in our life, or we are traveling towards a difficult time in our life. It is very easy for us to go and submit ourselves to the Lord and ask for His direction, and we always want to hear the counsel of the Lord, right? Because we are in a difficult situation in our life. But when God removes those obstacles, or when our difficult times are changed and now we are in a happy time, right, when things are going the way we expected, are we still seeking the direction of the Lord? Are we still seeking the counsel and the direction of the Lord is what we are going to talk today, right? So I wanted to discuss this aspect from the life of David, because David's life gives us an example of how he inquired of the Lord, right? Whenever there is something that he wants to do, David always went to the presence of the Lord and he asked the Lord. He asked, what Lord, what am I supposed to do at this time? How should I do? So he was such a person who will not do anything without asking the Lord. So that is why I have taken few examples from his life, and we are going to understand that, so that when we realize that and when we try to apply that in our life also, it will be helpful for us, right? So if you read in 1 Samuel chapter 30 verse 8, we see an instance. It is happening in a place called Ziklag. David and his fellow men who were there, and what happened, one of their enemy camp, they came and they took away their family and their possessions, everything, and they even burned that city. And now David and his men were so disturbed, and they were so desperate, like they lost all their strength. They were crying and they did not know what to do, because all their possession and their family has gone away, right? So it is at that time David is asking this to the Lord. If you read in verse 8 of 1 Samuel chapter 30, it says, "And David inquired of the Lord, Shall I pursue after this band? Shall I overtake them? And he answered," God answered David, "Pursue, for you shall surely overtake, and you shall surely rescue your family and your possessions." So when there was a distress in his life, when there was a difficult time, when he was in a situation, very dire situation, David always looked up to the Lord, right? He always asked help from the Lord. He always asked the direction and counsel from the Lord. The same way, when he was in the wilderness, right, David had to hide out in the mountains and caves because Saul was chasing after him. Saul was the biggest obstacle for David in order to become a king. So Saul knew that the Lord has anointed David as the next king. So Saul wanted to kill David. So he was chasing after him. So David had to hide out in caves and mountains. He had to stay away from the city. And what happened at one point of time, Saul and his son Jonathan, they were killed in the battle with Philistines. And eventually now the obstacle before David has been cleared. So there is no more Saul, there is no Jonathan also. So now the route is very clear for him. The door is open for him to become a king. But instead of taking that opportunity into his hands, this is what is David doing now. If you read in 2 Samuel chapter 2 verse 1, so after this incident happened, after Saul died, David inquired of the Lord. See, once again we see this word, David inquired of the Lord, "Shall I go up to any of the cities of Judah?" And the Lord said to him, "Go up." And David said, "To which city shall I go?" And then he said, "To Hebron." And we read, the men of Judah came, and there in Hebron they anointed David king over the house of Judah. So today, my dear friends, when he was in a distress, he called upon the Lord. And when the Lord cleared the obstacle for him to take over the kingship, to take over the reign in the Israel, right? He again asked the Lord. He did not act on his own, but rather he asked the Lord whether it's the right time. Where should I go? And is it the right time for me to do? So this is a great example where David reminds to you and me that whether it is in our time of distress or whether it is in a time of happiness, we should always seek the direction, we should always seek the counsel of the Lord, no matter what is happening around us, right? The same David who was always seeking the counsel of the Lord, in one instance he did not seek the counsel of the Lord, and that is when we see he fell into a very big trouble. We read that instance in 2 Samuel chapter 11, where it says, when the time came for the kings to go out to battle, David did not go and he remained in Jerusalem. David did not even ask the Lord whether he should go or he should stay. Rather than he chose to stay at Jerusalem, and we know what happened later. He fell into he committed adultery, the sin with Bathsheba, and he had to go through so many pain and suffering because of that. Eventually God forgave him, but still he had to go through the consequences of that sin. So this is why we have to be very careful. The verse says, 1 Peter chapter 5 verse 8, the word of the Lord, it gives us a warning to you and me. It says, be sober minded and be watchful. Your adversary the devil, he prowls around like a roaring lion, seeking someone to devour. Today for you and me, we have to be very, very careful, because the devil is looking for an opportunity to devour us. The devil is looking for an opportunity to pull us down. The only way he can pull us down is when we walk away from the word of the Lord, when we walk away from the counsel and direction of the Lord. That is when we become vulnerable, we become susceptible to his attacks. And that is why he is looking for that opportunity when we will take away from the direction of the Lord, when we go away from the counsel and direction of the Lord. Proverbs chapter 3 verse 5 and 6, it says this, right? Trust in the Lord with all your heart and do not lean on your own understanding. Today the biggest risk that we all have is when we lean on our own understanding, when we do decisions on our own without consulting the Lord, without asking God for the direction and counsel. That is when we are putting ourselves in trouble. That is when we are putting ourselves in trouble, and that is when we are going to be like a vulnerable person or susceptible person for the devil to attack us. So today, my dear friends, God gives us these two wonderful promises. Psalm 32 verse 8, he says, I will instruct you and teach you in the way you should go. I will counsel you with my eye upon you. And then Isaiah 30 verse 21, he says, and your ears shall hear a word behind you, saying, this is the way, walk in it. When you turn to the right or when you turn to the left, God says he is the one who is going to guide us. So the Lord is willing to guide us and give us the counsel and direction. But are we willing to sit in his presence? Are we willing to spend time with him to receive that instruction, to receive that direction and counsel, so that we can walk according to his ways and we can safeguard ourselves from the attacks of the enemy, right? Because the best plan God has for my life and your life is when we walk according to his direction and counsel. And that is why the devil tries to see how he can devour us when we walk astray, when we go astray from the direction and counsel of the Lord. So today, let's consider this very, very carefully. Whether we are in a situation of distress or whether we are in a situation of very happy time, or like things are happening the way, irrespective of what is happening, we should always seek the direction and counsel of the Lord, because that is when we are going to see the fulfillment of God's plan in our lives. May the Lord bless this word. You all have a blessed and a happy day. God bless you.